straightforward tune. And I think that if you're going to get kids to take risks, you need to make it in an environment where there's a reasonable chance for success, where effort is achievable. And I think that this tune works. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to play the chord roots. Now they have the letter names of these. They have the letter names of the notes, but we're going to play the chord roots, and it's just we're going to make our own little accompaniment. 1, 3, 1, 2, 3. So now we've got the rhythmic scheme. We could expand the notes a little bit. So we learned what the chords are, and we learned how to play the chords, and we made some decisions about what notes we could play with that same rhythm. But now, instead of just playing one note, they're going to choose a note. Any note from the chord. We fiddled around with it. We decided what sounded good. But right now, they can theoretically play any note they wanted to. 1, 3, 1, 2, 3. No notes. Now, when you get to the gig, the guy, usually it's the piano player, says, okay, we're going to play Mr. PC, we're going to do it in this key, and the first time, why don't you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and you play the melody, everybody else play the accompaniment. Figure out something. So now that's what they're going to do. They didn't know who I was going to point to, so let's see how it goes. 3, 1, 2, 3. So now we've got the idea of what it's going to be like to play this tune and when we're going to play the melody and when we're not. But see, there's this other part, and this is the part that terrifies musicians the world over, and that's soloing. It might as well be written in large, bold, uppercase letters. And it's sort of like the musical equivalent of public speaking. Nobody wants to do it. But it's just not that hard. It's like speaking, it's just speaking extemporaneously. If I asked you to turn to the person next to you and take 30 seconds and talk about something you did this summer, you wouldn't think about what you were about to say. You wouldn't practice, you wouldn't worry, you wouldn't be nervous. You just talk about something you did this summer. Because you had the basis to converse, you had the syntax, you had the grammar, you had the vocabulary. So what we're going to start with is we're going to start with the vocabulary. And we're going to start playing a solo, and that word solo has such a stigma attached to it. It means only you. Everybody's watching you. If you screw up, we know who you are. Right? It's like being a cymbal player. Flute player messes up, they just look dirty at another flute player. Cymbal players messes up, right? They're the only person with the big brass plates. So, at any rate, so now we're going to play a one-note solo. So we're going to take risks, but we're going to do it systematically. Right now, they can play any rhythm they want, but they can only play those root notes that we played a little bit ago. This is going to sound a little cluttered, but you get the idea. 1, 3, 1, 2, 3. We're going to expand the vocabulary. We're going to play a blues scale that fits with this tune. So let's play through that scale just to remind ourselves of the notes. 2, 3, 4. Now we're still not going to point the spotlight on anybody, right? Because we need to take these risks systematically. We need everybody to move. You know, Csikszentmihalyi says that in his flow studies that we improve and learn best when we're challenged at or slightly above our current level of achievement. So we're all going to play a solo on the blues scale at the same time. So if somebody plays out a wrong note, you won't know who it is, but they're all going to get that experience. Here we go. Once through, everybody, collective improvisation. 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we've got the pieces. We've got the tune, we all know the melody. We can play the melody, we can play the accompaniment, and we can play some solos. So now we're going to make an arrangement of the tune, and it's a format. I wrote it out for them because I wrote out who goes when. But we sort of talked about this. We're going to have some people play some solos. We're going to have a couple different types of melody. And so we've taken all of these little things, and now, again, the only thing they have written down are the chord names and the melody notes. And who goes next? Okay? So here's Mr. PC as arranged by the last year's 7th and 8th grade middle school jazz band. Here we go. 1,